Let it go.
Let
Let
it
it
go.
go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, and the last episode of the year of the Geek Boutique podcast, the official podcast of the Geeks and Company. We are the Geeks and Company. We have a special guest today. If you've seen the promos, you know who this guy is. We've got Mr. Boomster Joe joining us. I'm going straight to the guest this time because I don't want to make him wait.
Yes, that's fine.
Boomster Joe. Can I say your real name? Is that cool?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
Joseph Boomster. How's it going, buddy?
It's very well, thank you. How are you? How's everybody? Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We've actually been talking for a little while about trying to bring you on, and I figured it was fitting to the last episode of the season to bring you on and chat. But of course, as always, Aka,
hi,
the Messiah with a complex for cosplay.
That's
how you doing?
Absolutely. I if I was any better, I'd have to be twins just to handle it all. Guys,
I got mine.
Another Thursday. Another Geek Boutique for that ass. It is the last Geek Boutique of the season, of the year. Before we move into the 5th season, we're going to take a couple of weeks off. So this is the time, this is the place, and that's why we have a special guest joining us today. But before we get to that special guest, which has already been introduced by JS because he jumped the gun for whatever weird reason, Rob, the vigilante guy.
Yeah. No news on the.
No, you haven't been
more
chasing
progress
down.
we don't get a chapter 2 of you fighting crime at night now, going SO to SO, trying to find ne'er-do-wells, robbing beer and shit. That's not.
No,
you're not patrolling the streets at night.
Oh, I'm patrolling. I just haven't seen them yet.
I'm patrolling. Oh, you know I'm patrolling.
Yeah, you better watch out.
Patrolling is definitely happening.
Oh yeah.
There's not lots of beer left. I think I overdid it. Said Tiffany, you don't live that far away from me. I'm happy to help you drink as much of that beer as you would like. That's the Twin Sons beer that JS was just drinking there. As you can see, that is the special beer that was brewed for us by London Brewing Co-op for our Star Wars Day, which, guys, we might maybe hint at a little bit in the community news. There's events going to be coming up in the new year that we want to make sure you guys are keen on as we get there. But Rob,
Yeah,
you're still amongst the healthy and the living, so that's good.
So far, so good. I might
we'll
make
take
it to the end of the year.
Yeah, man. Yep.
You might.
You might.
Keyword might.
Still lots of time left.
Man alive.
Don't do what I do.
JS already let the cat out of the bag. We are blessed for our last podcast of the season to be joined by Boomster Joe, cosplay extraordinaire. We're kind of new in Joe's life, or at least Joe is new in our life. I think I met you, Joe, for the first time at Toronto Game Expo, and I think you were Wolverine.
In the spring, yes.
At that point,
I remember that very well.
Show, yeah. So
no, we met him before as Daredevil at
Toronto Comic Con.
No, that was after.
Yeah, I think so. I
think
distinctly remember
maybe Wolverine would have been the first time
introduced as to him when he was Wolverine.
Yeah.
So.
And then VonCon, I saw you guys at VonCon.
Yeah,
is at London Comic Con. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've gotten around for sure. Absolutely, you've been pretty heavily involved in the cosplay scene, and we're going to talk about it today. But before we get to that, JS, you look a little stressed over there. Are you okay, man? Like, I'm starting to get a little bit. I'm doing like a wellness check, and I think you look stressed because you're frozen.
yeah. I think that's exactly what's.
And this is going to happen a lot, by the way, with JS. He's having some PC issues. That was the good freeze for a moment there.
It's post-safety meeting freeze.
Hopefully,
no.
JS is hosting the podcast, so hopefully, guys, as long as he doesn't crash completely, we should be.
We should be good. Yeah. We should be good. But if we lose everybody. Come back. we'll be back.
We lose everybody. Come back. If you need a better endorsement to tune in every Thursday.
Yes. Very professional podcast. Very professional podcast. Listen, if you are not following this podcast, I guess we know why. But if you're not following the Geeks and Co channel, we would appreciate if you took some time out of your day and click the subscribe button. It really helps us out. Click the notification bell. It'll always let you know every time we go live or upload a new video. And of course, if you click the like button, it'll really help propagate this through the YouTube sphere. JS is Mr. Freeze. Yeah,
in more ways than one.
Literally.
He cosplays it, and now he is it.
Which, funny enough, the on my Mr. Freeze costume, I've got like a vial of blue liquid that's backlit from the bottom, right? The liquid's all gone, but it's not leaked anywhere. So I don't know what's, and it's sealed, right? It's not like it's evaporated. It's sealed. It's watertight. The liquid.
Clearly, it's not.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Clearly, it's not.
I don't know what to tell
like
you.
When you ever keep a pop can like unopened for a long time, like an old Coke can or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've had them start full and years later empty. And there's not a hole in it. Explain that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, again, let's go back to not watertight. So
yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, I think it's,
11. I don't know what your actual handle is because for whatever reason, our platform is not giving us people. They're just giving us your raw YouTube name. But I'm new to this podcast. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 213, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. We've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
That Iron Man suit in the back is epic. Yes, we are going to be talking about that Iron Man suit in the back.
We're going to get to that.
Don't you worry. We'll feed you, baby birds. Don't you worry.
Oh yes,
we'll get there.
Is it that time, Jeff?
Sure, if you'd like.
Perfect.
News brought to you by Stark Industries. This week we have a bunch of different news items, but none of them are like gigantically epic. Although we are on from something that we were talking about last week. The juiciest news of all right now, of course, the ongoing saga of the sale of Warner Brothers Discovery. We mentioned last week that Paramount, who was one of the original suitors or bidders for Warner Brothers, had put together a counter bid, I guess, Netflix's, and it was a higher bid, and it wasn't just for Warner Brothers Studio and the streaming services; it was for the entire Warner Brothers Discovery, and it was going to work out to be like something like $108 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And Paramount was cagey about it too. They put it out mostly to the shareholders because, of course, WBD is a publicly traded company and said, like, you're going to make more money if we go with this. We're offering more per share, $30 per share. We're going to take the whole damn thing off your hands. Warner Brothers, the board for Warner Brothers Discovery, is going to reject that offer from Paramount. And I know we talked last week about the sort of the political ramifications of what that might look like, but the board is saying no. And I guess there's a host of different reasons. And a lot of that has to do with the spurious nature of where this money is going to come from. But it looks like it is. And Netflix, by the way, is going hard on their marketing already for this merger that's going to happen. They're already combining the logos. They're already talking about what you're likely to see on the Netflix platform once they've integrated all the Warner Brothers stuff. So it looks like, as far as both parties are concerned, this is still happening from Netflix. Again, the major hurdle now is going to be getting through Congress and antitrust laws and such like that. But the Paramount bid appears to be dead. So again, I know there's overarching ramifications for what this is going to mean. I don't think any of that's changed from our conversation last week, but last week we had only know about the Paramount bid. We didn't know what the result was going to be. In fact, we were pretty sure the Paramount bid was going to be successful.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised about that.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to be. So JS, you put down, I think it was JS, it was one of you, put down Power Rangers reboot confirmed for Disney Plus.
Yeah, that wasn't me, but
I put that.
Okay.
Down.
Can you speak to that? You know what that's about? I didn't see that news item. So
I saw it come by, and then I had to. I checked. I tried to check to make sure it wasn't a juicy rumor. And it appears that there will be a new Power Rangers reboot coming to Disney Plus.
Wow,
Live
action?
Yeah,
wow.
Live action. I don't have any more details than that. I just saw it come across the feed. It looked to be legit, and so I put it on there because I know we're not necessarily. We've talked about this many times, right? We just kind of narrowly missed Power Rangers, but there are a lot of Power Ranger fans. So
boy, howdy, are there ever? And they're passionate too.
Very
so
passionate.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, right now, I guess that I'm assuming the IP is just languishing. Like I don't. Is there anything active as far as Power Ranger stuff goes right now?
Not that I know of. No.
Yeah. So
were you into Power Rangers at all, Joe?
Oh yeah,
You're a big Power Ranger fan
for sure. Yeah, the first season, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, definitely. Me and my cousins growing up, we watched it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're too old. We just missed it as far as that window goes, but still, I'm glad something's happening with the property because, like you said, Rob, people love it, man. There's a lot of people that love it. So, speaking of leaks, Avengers Doomsday. So weirdly enough, so Avatar Fire and Ash is coming out, is being released globally and in different markets and such. I believe the US release is today or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I think. Well,
Tomorrow?
tonight at midnight.
I think tonight's the premiere or whatever. So over the next 4 weeks, 4 different teaser trailers, which by the way, make sure that we're clear, we're still a year out from Avengers Doomsday. Now, all the principal photography is done, but obviously I'm assuming they've got a ton of work to do in post. But yeah, 4 different teasers, 1 year out teasers are coming out attached to Avatar Fire and Ash. 2 of those teasers. Now, I don't know how the second one has already leaked, but the first one has already leaked, confirmed leaked on X or Twitter or whatever the hell we're calling it now. A lot of them were getting taken down just as quickly as what they've gone up. But if you look, you can at the very least find a synopsis of that first teaser trailer. Okay, so here's the thing. It's my understanding that they're not releasing these online at all. So we could be still like months and months and months out from seeing an actual trailer that's going to include any of these teaser features that we're talking about. So I don't think it really behooves us to start talking about what those teaser trailers thus far have entailed. I'm kind of leaving that up to you guys because there's one fairly big thing that's in the first one that we've discussed here on the channel as a possibility, but it looks like it's been confirmed with this first teaser trailer, which I'm kind of surprised they're dropping it in that fashion, but I don't know, man. I don't know if we should talk about it or not because
Joe, you look like an Avengers fan. What have you seen or heard about these trailers, and have you seen the first leak?
I have, yeah. Actually, so I was ready to go to the theater to see Avatar,
just for
primarily to see that. Yeah, to see that.
Yep.
But then this thing shows up on my phone, and I'm like, oh, I guess if this is real, then I guess I don't have to go.
I don't have to go see Avatar.
I'm a patient guy. I can wait like a month, and then Avatar will be on Disney Plus. No, not that fast, but
yeah,
pretty much.
So yeah, I saw it. I don't know if I should say what I saw, but
well, that's
I don't know. I mean, there's already someone in the chat saying I avoid trailers at all costs as much as I can. My wife said the same thing to me. She said, "Don't tell me about it. I don't want to see it."
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think
that's cool. So we don't have to discuss specifics. I guess what I'll leave you guys with is, if you would like to know, you can actually just type it into like your Google search, and it will just put in Avengers Doomsday trailer leak, and it will tell you what's in the leak trailer if you want to know what's going on. So I will leave it at that. Excuse me. Fallout Season 2 has started as well. Rave reviews, I think it's sitting at 97%.
Really?
Right now, yes. It's doing very, very well review wise. People seem to be absolutely loving it, critics and fans alike. Some of these shows definitely, because Fallout came out of the gate strong and built up a really big following, like even outside of the core following of the game series, fairly quickly. And a lot of those types of shows, especially high concept shows like that, have kind of like the sophomore curse, where Season 2 is a lot less. It's not as strong as Season 1. It looks like it's even stronger based on the reviews. I've not checked it out yet. I'm one of the weird ones. I wasn't a huge fan of the first season, but hopefully they're going to build on what did work in the first season. I'm a huge Walton Goggins fan, and to me, the ghoul is the best part of that whole show. So we'll see what that's like. But yes, it has. I believe Season 1 they dropped as an entire thing all at once. Season 2 they've learned their lesson. They are putting them out weekly. So, but it has started. So if it is something that you're going to be into and that you want to check out, definitely start checking it out now. Excuse me. Speaking of that, by the way, too, there's another Monarch series is going to be coming out, a prequel series, another prequel series for Monarch in the Monsterverse. So this one is going to star Wyatt Russell, who is in Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which is the show on I believe it's on Apple TV.
Yes. Yeah, he plays Kurt Russell's character.
He plays the younger version of Kurt Russell's character. So it's going to be him post, like sort of like an in-between thing between when they created Monarch way back after World War II and before we see like the Kurt Russell character years later. It's going to be somewhere in between those two. while we're still getting another season of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. So I don't know.
Oh
what the
wait,
show's gonna
so
be
it's
called.
not going to be just a second season. You're talking
No,
about
we're still getting
on
a second
top of the
season.
second
No, it's a
season.
completely different show that's still going to star Wyatt Russell's character, played by Wyatt Russell, in a different time period of this.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it feels a little milking at this point. I'm not going to lie. Like, I like the Monster Universe. My son really digs it, but it seems like a weird move. Yeah, like you said, Jess, like, why not just make this a season within the show that already exists, as opposed to a completely different spin-off show? But yeah, a prequel series with
Yeah, I feel like it needs to have like something that makes it its own for it to be worth being its own thing, right? Like,
and they've and by the way, like, they've announced it. So it was first reported on 3 weeks ago, but Apple TV and Legendary Entertainment have made it official. This is not a rumor. This is official. They're expanding the MonsterVerse franchise with a prequel TV series. Wyatt Russell reprising his role. Reportedly just one of an expanding slate of series that are going to come out for the MonsterVerse. This one will be set during the Cold War, grapple with tensions between the United States and Russia in a world full of monsters. 1984 is when this one's going to be set. So
it's post young Kurt Russell. Because that's in isn't that like in 1980 or 1981?
Like Wyatt Russell's character?
Yeah.
No, that's like during like World War II. That's like the Bikini Atoll, like the nuclear tests
that
woke him up in the first place.
That's right.
Thing. So yeah, so it's going to be like 40 years post that. But this is like, I think at the end of the first season. I don't get it, man. I really don't. And I'm not sure. I like the show. I like the Monarch show. That's quite good. And the budget on that show is crazy. But this seems weird, especially with the same guy playing the same character. Why isn't this just a season within that show? I don't know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, bizarro. Juicy rumor. I do have a juicy rumor. A couple of people tagged me in this. We talked about it last week, how Scarlett Johansson is very likely or in the final negotiations to join Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson in the Batman Part 2. And we were all speculating on who she might be playing. The rumor right now is that she would be playing a character named Gilda Gold. If you don't know who Gilda Gold is, that is the fiancée of Harvey Dent. If you don't know who Harvey Dent is, you're a terrible Batman fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Two-Face. So I don't know. Like, again, so
Joe, you don't need to lift your hand up. You can just cut in, eh?
Yeah. Just
I was symbolizing Two-Face. That's
I see.
What this will mean for the greater Reeves verse of Batman stuff, I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If they're going to try Two-Face, I'm not saying you can't do Two-Face again. It's going to be real tough.
Yeah.
To top what they did with Aaron Eckhart in The Dark Knight. Yeah. Easily the best rendition of Two-Face on screen ever, and it's not even close. Yeah, I don't know. Especially since that Reeves verse seems to be very grounded, and you just did the most grounded version you possibly could of Two-Face. Like, what do you do?
I don't think you're going to see Two-Face at all. I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that Harvey Dent might be a character in this movie,
right?
And might be a central character in this movie, and it may revolve around his family and his wife and his connection with his wife. But I'd be surprised if
can you introduce Harvey Dent and not have him become Two-Face at some point though? It's like
the
movie's got Bruce Wayne in it, but he never turns into Batman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of feels like a bit too much of a I hate at this point. It's just a rumor that she's even playing that character. So go ahead, Joe.
Andre is saying Harvey in 2, Two-Face in 3, right?
Yeah. So Scarlett Johansson playing the wife of Harvey Dent. Man, Scarlett Johansson's a big hitter. I wonder who, like you're saying, who could they put with Scarlett Johansson? You know,
that's
to have
what I'm
that
chemistry.
Saying.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What a question.
Yeah. Crazy town. So
I would think that there's going to be more to that character than just being Harvey Dent's wife.
Yeah, and again,
sure.
that's a rumor at this point. We know she's going to have some level of involvement. That's the rumor character she's going to be playing. None of that is confirmed yet. My boy here, JS, likes a juicy rumor. That's the juicy rumor of the week. Like I said, I got sent that a few different times. So I wanted to pass along to you guys. I am going to end this week's news, though, with a bit of a downer note. 2 downer notes, actually. One of them is not terribly geek-related, but we did lose a couple of people in Hollywood this week. Earlier this week, Rob Reiner, celebrated director Rob Reiner, who was also on All in the Family and had done a bunch of TV and movies, has passed away. Tragically. They are still trying to sort things out as far as what happened with Rob Reiner. It does look like nefarious things were afoot. Rumors abound. The son apparently is a key suspect, and
he's been charged already and booked.
Yeah, he's in custody. Yeah, but he's not like he's been charged but not indicted. So I want to make sure that we're kind of like I don't want to start putting it out there like the son killed the mother and father. We don't know that yet per se, but yes, the son's been arrested and is in custody for the alleged murder of Rob Reiner and his wife, so his mother and father. So Reiner was a titan in the industry as far as that goes, and to say he's going to be sorely missed is an understatement. Only 78 years old was Mr. Reiner. Later on this week, we lost Gil Gerard, who I think we just lost like yesterday or the day before, I think. For my young folks out there, you probably won't even know who this is, but Buck Rogers. So Buck Rogers was a pulp magazine comic style hero, and it became a television show that I was absolutely obsessed with when I was a kid. Gil Gerard played Buck Rogers in the 25th century. He's an Earth astronaut back in the 80s, and he gets through like a wormhole, and he ends up in the 25th century, and he's got to navigate his way around there. And Erin Gray was on that show, and I had a huge crush on her, and it was great. And a little robot named Tweaky and Beady 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 and everything else. It was a fantastic show. I'm sure watching it now would probably be terrible. I had a chance to meet Gil Gerard actually at Windsor Comic Con a few years ago. He was there along with Erin Gray. We got a chance as cosplay guests to meet with some of the celebrity guests, so I got a chance to talk to him about it. Cool dude. And I think he was in his 80s. Kind of a sad moment for us Buck Rogers fans, and I'm sorry to end the news on a down note, but I wanted to make sure we at least acknowledge the death of those 2 guys. If you have news items that you think we should be reading out here on the podcast, please send them to myself on Instagram at Messiah Complex Cosplay. If I think they are worthy of our attention, I will read them out here on the podcast. If you have a big, fat, juicy rumor, those are even better because JS loves that shit. So give me your best clickbait articles. And if I find one that's really going to get the juices flowing, I will definitely read it out here on the podcast. But that's the news.
Gilda Gold?
Yeah.
Or Gilda Dent. Right? She's Harvey Dent's wife.
Well,
you know who Gilda Dent is?
Yes. Isn't it Duella Dent? Isn't that what we're talking about?
Gilda Dent is Holiday.
Oh, yes.
Gilda Dent is the main antagonist in The Long Halloween.
Right. And that's what everybody is now supposing that it's going to be The Long Halloween. Now, the report didn't say Gilda Dent. The report said Gilda Gold, which is her maiden name, and she's supposed to be Harvey Dent's fiance. So I don't know if that means it's going to be like we'll see that sort of as it's coming out, or like watch that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Progress. I don't know, but yeah, that's the report that I read said that she would play Gilda Gold. The rumor that I read.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the new guys
for the new Batman.
I like her playing Phantasm better than Holiday, but that's just me.
Is it time for the community news?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have an intro or something. Yeah,
I think so. Do you have an intro? Community news.
What are you doing exactly there? Mocking me?
I know you got to ask Silky.
There's an opening in the Geek Boutique podcast, guys. You can put in your applications now if you'd like. There's a third person opening. It's just Jeff, aka Messiah Complex Cosplay spot here. Joe, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to take over here.
So are you firing both of us, or are you leaving?
Lord, no, I'm quitting. You guys.
Coming up this evening, after we're done here, is the Canadian Podcast Awards. Taking place tonight. They're live, which you can watch on YouTube. If you head over to their account at CanPod Awards, you can find the link over there. And I'm just going to say this obligatory for the 3rd or 4th year in a row. One day we need to nominate ourselves for this shindig, boys.
We're friends with them. That feels like a conflict of interest. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, Coming up in January, if you are looking for something to do con related, there is the Ottawa Comic Con Winter Edition taking place January 17th and 18th. Ottawa's a beautiful time of year, beautiful place to be this time of year.
Man, a lot of people doing the Christmas editions and the winter editions now, eh? Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I bring this up because remember, like 3 years ago, there was 2 things a year, and we, kept saying that we wish there were more things to do. Right. And now, fast forward to now, and there's like 1 a month. We have tons of stuff to do.
Yeah.
And the funny part is Fan Expo used to do one. They called it Fan Days, and they had like a Christmas themed one or whatever that they would do in December 2, a 1-day event. They dropped it when COVID happened. They haven't brought theirs back, but now all these other cons are kind of trying to fill that gap a little bit and having these winter events. It's cool, man. The more cons, the better.
Yeah. No, it looks like it's working. It must be working as long as people are having fun and making money.
There you go. Ribbon Glassworks. Our friend Stephanie will be there. Nice.
Oh, very cool. And then another thing that I seems to maybe they have launched their social media campaign this week. Shock Stock is taking place April 22nd, and I'm totally botching this. It's the International Film Festival Horror Weekend taking place April 29th to May 3rd in London. Primarily, the reason for bringing this up, however, is it overlaps very nicely with our May the 4th event taking place on the 2nd. The second
this year.
Yeah, Saturday.
This year.
Yep.
Also taking place in London. So, boys, any news on what's going on there? I know Jess is drinking one of our beers from not last year, but the year before, I believe.
No, this one's from last year.
That was last year's?
Yeah, we did the Twin Sons 2 years in a row. Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
We'll probably start organizing with Emma and the management team at LBC London Co-op sometime in January. I'll reach out with an initial email, and then we'll kind of start the ball rolling. We usually meet sometime around February. We'll loop JS in on a Zoom call or whatever, and start hammering out all the details.
Okay. Other than that, we're here to talk to our friend Boomster Joe. And I'm done.
He's very active in the chat, by the way. I don't think he realizes that he could just say what he'd like to say,
he could just say
out loud.
Like
I'm used to it. He tunes in every week, and he's used to chatting in the chat. So now
that's what happened. I'm so used to watching you guys. Like there are parts of me that kind of just drift. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I'm watching the podcast again. And I totally forget that I'm like here connected.
Yeah. Well, now you are the podcast, sir. So you have 6 left. How do any of you have twin sons left? I'm impressed.
Maybe I don't have 6 left. I've got 1 left after this one. So
apparently Tiffany's got a whole bunch. Tiff, hook me up.
Hook us up.
Yep.
What's going on?
Delicious.
Yep.
I mean, although Ricky
Bakari's got 6.
6 left as well. He's much closer. Richard,
to you.
How many did you start with?
I bought 12. I should have bought like 87, but I mean, here we are.
That's all you bought?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure there was going to be enough for other people to get shit, right? So I didn't want to I was getting in there early, so I didn't want to clean a bunch out and then other people miss out. I want to make sure everybody had a chance to try the beer.
Yeah, I didn't care. I wanted me some beer.
Yeah, like me and Steph. So Steph's got an appreciation for beer like I do. I was out so quick. Yeah, me too.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like that weekend, and then it was just gone. So, what are you gonna do? It was made to be drunk and enjoyed, and we drank it and enjoyed it.
It sure was. Sure, I'm still enjoying it.
Let's go. I bought 12.
Joseph, buddy. So first of all, I
right, I'm on the podcast, not just chatting in the group there. That's
Can we ask you how old you are?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm 42 years old.
Fuck you. No, you're not.
Fuck.
There's no way.
Do you know Andre?
That is the truth.
Bullshit. Show some ID, man. There's no way that's the case. That's not.
So
what's in the water, man?
I feel like you've only really started cosplaying in the last year or two?
This year, yeah.
This year,
like 9 months.
Can you believe that? This guy's been cosplaying for 9 months, and we've been cosplaying for.
Let's not compare. That's
not. How is that even fair at this point? Look at what this guy is building at this point, and this is insane, buddy. You've exploded onto the scene like mad, and I feel like your social media has really you're not just artistic with your cosplays. You know how to get the attention of people on social media. Your videos are all amazing. You've got a video, a short that's reached, is it 3.3 now?
Oh, yeah.
3.3
So
million now?
I uploaded a YouTube short of, it's only 27 seconds long, and I think a couple days ago it hit 3 million. I'm not sure what it is at now,
Wow.
but it's at 3 million views, and yeah, that blew my mind. I had no idea I was going to see those numbers. Incredible.
And
So
what is
how
the
did
video? Yeah, what's the video, Joe?
Oh, it's just like me working on the Iron Man faceplate, a little bit of the servos and electronics, and then it just shows a shot of me at Fan Expo wearing the Iron Man
Oh,
cosplay.
it's just that. Just me building a fucking Iron Man suit and then wearing it at a con. I don't know why it's blown up to be this huge thing. It's so weird. Man alive.
Algorithms are mysterious
I
too, but
appreciate your humbleness, sir.
I did learn a lot though, because yeah, I'm new to cosplay and also new to content creating, and again, I just wanted to absorb as much as I could, and it's fascinating. What I learned was I posted stuff about Daredevil and Wolverine, and that did well. But then the moment I started posting about Iron Man and like the creation of it and at taking it to Fan Expo, wow, it exploded. My socials literally there's no comparison with my other cosplays, and I learned that I found people don't really care about what we do, but they care about what we do that's relative to them. And
yeah.
the Iron Man suit, right? Like an Iron Man suit that we see in the movies, that's a thing of sci-fi, right? And the closest thing an average Joe can get
Ah,
to that
but
is 3D printing one, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of big and extreme. And I learned that people dig big and extreme. So yeah.
And I think the fact that you crafted it, because if I'm not mistaken, your Wolverine and your Daredevil, maybe the helmets were 3D printed, but the suits were bought, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's harder to kind of show the journey at that point from you literally peeling off something from a 3D printer, you wiring up the electronics, you learning all that stuff as you're building a suit behind you versus I bought this off of Pro Cosplay, I printed off a helmet and painted it, and now I'm wearing it now. Both are completely and utterly viable cosplays. There's not taken away from either of those cosplays. But as far as that engagement goes, it makes sense that the big, huge, crafty project that you have sitting behind you there, which also happens to be one of the most popular movie characters on planet Earth,
Mm-hmm.
is something that you made and documented as you were going through. A lot of the time, people really appreciate and respect the journey as opposed to the final destination, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
So was that important to you then when you were putting that suit together to show that progression, to be able to, like, what was the motivation for you to decide I'm gonna video the how I put this together and where I got from literally here's my 3D printer and now here's me wearing an Iron Man suit at Fan Expo?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking that, Jeff.
Yeah, of course.
I For some reason I knew that documenting it would be a good idea. Regardless if I can turn it into content or even just something to look back on,
Right.
to remember the process. And boy, what a process it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I as soon as I passed a certain threshold, and all of a sudden it became less of an idea and more of something I can touch and see. I was like, okay, I think I'm onto something big here. So I continued documenting as much as I could, especially the last like 2 months before Fan Expo. Yeah.
So where does this start? Like, how do you even get into cosplay at 42 years old and decide, you know what? I'm going to start cosplaying and I'm going to buy 3D printers and I'm going to do something I've never done before.
Yeah. Did the 3D printer lead to the cosplay, or did the cosplay lead to 3D printing?
Well, so I wish I could say that my story was I woke up one day and I wanted to be a cosplayer. However, cosplay more so helped me to finish a project that I started for very different reasons. And basically, last year I was going through a divorce, and that was a very difficult time and thing to process. And I knew I needed something to put my hands and my mind to work that wouldn't leave me spiraling. So I decided then and there to get a 3D printer. And I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. And that's make an Iron Man suit. I knew that would bring me joy. So I started that with no schedule, no deadline. I just printed whenever I felt like it, whenever I had time. However, I don't know if you can relate, but sometimes I have this habit of starting projects and not finishing them. Maybe you know.
Welcome to
Yeah.
cosplay,
So-
buddy.
Yeah.
Welcome to cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then by like close to the end of the year, all of a sudden, pop, 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 Fan Expo started popping up on my social feed. And I'm like, I think what I need is a deadline. And I made Fan Expo of this year, 2025, my deadline to finish this project. So, and then when you finish something like this, it just logically, the next logical step is to wear it at a convention, right? So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep, for
that's
sure.
when cosplay came into the picture.
So have you always been a geek, Joe? Like, have you always been into the geek and nerd stuff? Like, what's your, like, is that your in? Because for a lot of us, there's like, sometimes it's Halloween, sometimes it's whatever. But have you always been a nerd?
I would say so.
Yeah.
There was just something about, I guess, growing up, I always loved to go deep into, like Marvel, superheroes, Magic the Gathering, whatever it was, video games. So yeah, and it's fun. It's great. It's a good
It's a
hobby.
great way to express that, right? Like, as far as getting in touch with that fandom and sharing it with other people, it's such an amazing way to be able to interact with people as far as that goes. So, guys, I already told you I'm not going to hog up all the questions. So
No, that's fine. Your Iron Man was not your first cosplay.
Correct. Yeah, I think Daredevil was one of my first, as well as Wolverine, and that was when I met you guys for the first time. Actually, I do have a question for
Well, that's cool.
For JS, for Jean Sebastien and
Yeah.
Rob, of the rhetorical kind. 2021,
Yeah.
right? The first Fan Expo after the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's you guys, right?
That is. Yeah.
That's
That
us.
is.
So, first of all, let me say I'm sorry for filming you without your permission. I didn't know that was a thing back then, 2021. Now I know.
we're hardly alone, sir.
And that was amazing. Yeah, the thing about being new to cosplay is I'm seeing all this for the first time. So when I saw, your Predator cosplays this year and I guess the upgrades you guys have made, I think that's amazing. Yeah, good stuff. And then also, as I was looking back at those videos, I also found this one. That's Richard, right?
Yeah,
It is
sure
Richard.
is.
Yeah.
That's also the same year. Yeah.
That's actually
Amazing.
the
When we
year.
met Richard,
That's
yeah.
the year we met Richard. Yes,
Yeah.
JS and I
Okay.
saw him
Yeah.
in that suit, and we immediately, as giant Trekkies, don't worry, Rob, I won't start talking about Star Trek, ran over to him and we're like, "This is the coolest thing we've ever seen." And Richard, like, no one has ever talked to me before, and that's just like blossomed into this great friendship with Richard, and you can see Midlife Cosplay is right there. So, same thing. Like, he's newish to cosplay, and his I mean, he's just. It's like a fish in water, man. Like, he's just amazing at, like, just picked it up immediately and just got amazingly good at it right away. So
Well, he's
Yeah.
no longer new at cosplay, but
no. And he's an old man like the rest of us. Like, apparently Joe is, which 42. Fuck off, dude. There's no way.
yeah, it kind of, I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing more and more people getting into cosplay in their later years. There's the people that are cosplayers at 18, 19, 20, 21, like the people that get into cosplay early on, especially nowadays through anime and stuff. But then there's the older crowd, the people that get into cosplay in their older years. And I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, I
well,
was just
yeah.
gonna say,
Yeah,
might
you know
be-
what? That's a good
might
point.
be-
It's exactly
Guy.
that.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't have afforded to do this 20 years ago. Even if this was as popular as it was 20 years ago, I couldn't have afforded to do this 20 years ago.
Yeah,
or
that's a
30
good
years
point.
ago, right? I can
Yeah.
afford it now, mostly.
Yeah.
sometimes.
So you do Daredevil and you do Wolverine, and like you said, that
Yes.
gets some traction. but maybe not to the extent that you were aiming for, you were hoping for. I mean, all of us want to get recognition for our work, and we want to get as many eyeballs. It's a performance and visual medium and a performance and visual art, right? So then you do Iron Man, and then the world for Boomster Joe explodes. Give us some insight into that. These guys are going to ask you a lot of technical questions. I want to know how it affected you as a person now, knowing that you've reached this certain, I don't want to, status is a terrible word to use, but like you became so well known so quickly and got your work out to so many people so fast because of the time and effort you put into this amazing cosplay. What was that like for you?
It was a little bit scary,
But
for the most part, it was exciting. Yeah, just what was interesting was seeing how it organically blew up. It was something I couldn't predict. I had no idea how many people loved Iron Man, pretty much.
Right.
And also just how awesome the community is, because I knew at one point it was less of a hobby and now a direction for me. And so what I loved was how
I like that.
Right? Yeah.
I like that a lot. I'm going to use that now. I'm going to steal that. Less of a hobby, more of a direction. Wow. That's
what's
a
going on a
good way.
t-shirt.
Yeah. So, and when I started to kind of like, I guess, create content, what I loved was how everyone was collabing with me. You guys, right? London Comic-Con, Hamilton Comic-Con, all the other cosplayers and photographers, awesome, talented, and it really helped to kind of like get my stuff out there, really. So yeah, it's been nothing but joyful for me. It was a joyful experience, and I can't wait for like whatever's next, especially for you guys too, because this was a big year. 213 episodes, right? That's 46 episodes this year, and you guys did something remarkable. You guys left the studio and you brought the podcast out to the convention stage, right? Live. That was awesome to see. I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah,
I have a question for you guys. Because that brings a different kind of vulnerability. What did doing your first live podcast on stage teach you that you couldn't have learned any other way?
So it wasn't the first time we did a podcast on stage.
I don't know why he's talking. He wasn't there. But please go ahead. Continue.
We've done other podcasts on stage.
I don't think to that extent.
Toronto Game Expo wasn't the first.
Sorry, Toronto Game Expo was the first.
You're talking about Toronto Game Expo.
That was the first time we did a podcast.
I thought you meant London Comic-Con, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He was there for that one, for the Toronto Game Expo.
I was there for that one.
Yeah.
It's funny that when you're at a con, it's a little bit different than when you're sitting at home. I'm in my office and I'm sitting at home and I'm talking with you guys, and the people that are watching are there, but we're having a conversation, right? When you're on stage, there's people in front of you that are sitting there because they're waiting for the next act. Right? They're waiting for the next people to come up, and they're sitting there and they're laughing because, we're trying to make them laugh, and they're having fun and they're asking questions because Rob's harassing people in the crowd with a microphone. So, people are getting up. But for me, there's not really a much difference. I almost prefer doing this. I'll be honest. It's more personal. When you're on stage, it's more of a show. When we're doing this, it's more just us. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like it feels closer to theater,
Yeah, it feels like you're putting on a show where it's just us ranting. It's just a couple old guys being idiots, right?
Subtle, Joe. Very subtle. Good job. Good job. Very, very subtle. Just keep drinking. No snapping, please.
Oh my god!
I can tell you there's a pressure, not just even a pressure to perform, but like if I ask you a question, Joe, and you react in a way that's maybe not what I was after, or not take offense or whatever, but like it's clearly not, or you answer it in a certain way that shows that you're not maybe happy with the way I asked it or whatever. If we're on here, I mean, there's people watching, there's 20 people in the channel right now, but I don't feel like I've got those people like staring me in the face. Or even when we're doing one, like when we interviewed Jeff Johns, who's like I mean, he's on the mountaintop for me. He's on Mount Rushmore as far as comic book writers go. We got a chance to interview Jeff Johns a couple of years ago at Fan Expo. And one of the first questions I asked him in the interview, he basically chastised me for. Like, he corrected me almost immediately on what I asked him. And I was like, this is my first question. I've already dropped the ball with this guy. Like, now I feel like a complete and utter idiot. So there's that when it's happening in that type of venue. When we're here, I've asked dumb shit all the time, and even if it's the wrong shit, because this seems like such a more casual, like we're just a bunch of guys having a conversation, it doesn't feel as mission critical, I guess, or as worrisome. You know what I mean? So hopefully, yeah, kind of like what Jess was saying too. Hopefully that kind of answers your question.
It does, yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you.
I think a lot of what we do in front of people. Whether it being on the internet, whether it be at our booth at cons, whether it be at cosplay meetups, whether it be at parties, a lot of what we do is standing in front of people and being silly and yabbering and flapping our gums. And, so I think that the more you do that, the less tough it becomes to do it in front of big crowds.
Yes.
Whether it's a small crowd or a big crowd. At one point, it doesn't really matter anymore, right? No, that's okay.
I was like, this is a boring answer. I'm going to play some video on top of this shit.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Doing this for so long has made doing that a lot easier, but just right, there's still a lot of that. Still feel that pressure.
Like Rob, could you have imagined even like a year ago you being on stage doing a live podcast in front of like a few hundred people? And
I'm still terrible at this, but like 3-5 years ago, no, I would never even consider that in a realm of possibility.
Yeah,
and there was a time you didn't even want to come on the podcast.
No, yeah, and I was even like I was on stage for that, and even like you have to have a little bit of. We engage the crowd too. We had to, that's something different. Like you can throw up a chat message and we can read and talk about it, but actually talking to people while we do that is a different experience.
Yeah.
When you guys cosplay at conventions, do you get nervous before you step out onto the con floor? Even if you're in costume? Not anymore, right? Just because you're used to it?
Yeah, I suppose it depends on the costume.
If it's a new thing,
Yeah, you might get a little bit nervous. Not necessarily nervous, but you're not necessarily going to know how a costume's going to hit. And am I going to get swamped, or is nobody going to care? Or, you know what I mean? I've kind of learned to not care about that so much, because if I'm 100% honest, and I don't know if you've already kind of mentioned it, right? All your costumes are great, but Iron Man is the one that everybody freaks out about. For us, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like we've got a lot of costumes that are great, but the Predators is the costume that everybody freaks out about. When we come out in Predators, we get swamped, right? The advantage of in a costume like that is I'm in a mask. So I could be having a shitty day and be grumpy as fuck, but I'm still putting it on and people don't know, right? Like we've had times where like we've been standing for 4 hours taking pictures with people, and it's like, okay, like come on,
like I had a stroke inside. I'm like,
right? So, there's also the whole when you, and this is specifically for me with the Predator, and again, I don't know if it's because of the helmet, and maybe you get that feeling when you put the Iron Man helmet on, but. When you put the helmet on, you become that character.
Yeah.
Right? All of a sudden, your stance is different. You stand differently. You walk differently. You know what I mean? Like there's a psychological click when you put that on, and you now become that thing or that person or that character. Right?
You're cosplaying at that point, right?
At that point, you're playing. You're exactly right. So some cosplays are easier to do that with than others. Some cosplays are just about being silly. Like when we do the Warriors, I love that just because it's just
goofy as shit.
we just be goofy as shit, right? Like we just have fun. But when I put the helmet, the Predator headpiece and helmet on, I'm a Predator, right? Like
Goofy time's over.
Right, exactly. Like I became that character, and very rarely you'll notice when we're in our Predators, we very rarely will speak to people. We'll speak to each other. Me and Rob will like speak in each other's ear, but we typically will only click and scream at people. We won't
break. I try not to break character.
Yeah,
unless you touch their costume, and then they'll tell you don't touch your costume.
Oh yeah, then I'll be like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, get off my costume. But
I have a question for the three of you, and Joe, I want you to start by answering this. But I'm curious from the three of you because you three make shit and I don't. So to lead from your question, Joe, about being nervous, are you guys more nervous debuting a brand new cosplay, or are you more nervous the lead up, the build to get to that point? Like Joe, you had mentioned that you had given yourself a specific deadline so you would finish Iron Man. What was more nerve-wracking to you, getting that costume finished and looking the way you wanted it done on time for the con, or actually wearing it at the con itself?
Yeah, it was definitely the building process, mainly because I've never done anything like this before. Right. So I started this project and I had no idea how I was gonna have the armor stay on my body. I've never I don't know anything about soldering, electronics. If any, I would look at this and be like, it works on some form of electricity.
Well, you're not wrong.
So that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you is like, did you come into this knowing like about electronics and programming and stuff, or did you
Not
learn
at
it
all.
as part of the build?
That's right. Again, programming. So that was another thing. And just I remember waking up every morning and being like, feeling anxious because I'm like, I gotta figure out somehow how to do all this. And I just looked it up on Google and YouTube on how to do it, and it was just trial and error and like not giving up, because I'll tell you now, I failed many times, many times, but I only had to get it right once, and when I did, it just built that confidence. So that was the most scary moment for me. When it was already built, it was more of excitement. So right. I was a little bit nervous, but I just convinced myself, oh yeah, I'm excited to show it off now.
Convinced myself. Yeah, he built it in a cave with a box of scraps. That's right. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Epic
so I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, 100% it does. Yeah. Do you guys feel the same way, JS and Rob, as far as the building aspect goes? Is it more nerve-wracking putting it together, or is it more nerve-wracking actually debuting it at a con?
If it's something new, it's funny. I was going to say, if it's something new, it's more nerve-wracking debuting it at a con. But once hearing Joe's answer and thinking of, I got some projects on the go right now that I have those engineering challenges to solve in a certain amount of time with a deadline. I get that. Yeah. And so I think right now I'm leaning more towards the build up.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And I would say that, when you've not announced and screamed all over social media what you're working on,
right?
If you miss that deadline that you set for yourself, you've missed that deadline, but it's not the end of the world. But when you're an idiot like me
and you
start working on a new project and you're constantly posting every step of that project on Instagram, and you're telling people that it'll be ready for, like, Doc Ock, man, like, Doc, dude, we built that in 7 weeks. We spent, was it 2 or 3 full weekends, like both nights, me and Rob fucking painting, just like
like an assembly
line, painting, right? Like when you're telling everybody, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, we're like 3 weeks
now
away.
I'm on the hook to do that.
Now I have to.
Now I have to actually do that, because that's nerve wracking. I think the debuting, is that the right word? Debuting the cosplay. That's the cherry on the sundae, right? Now I get to have fun. Now I get to actually wear this thing that I've been sweating my nuts over for the last. Who knows how long, right?
And if it's super well received and blows up, that's the bonus.
That's just a bonus, right? Because you never know, right? When you start building something, you never really know how people are going to react. You never really know if people are going to like it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? Let's be honest. guys, don't cosplay for other people. Okay. If you start cosplaying, make those cosplays for yourself. Don't make cosplays because you want to impress people, because you're never going to have fun, right? You want to make cosplays that you want to do so that you have fun. But when they do blow up, it's even more fun, because then you get to see the reaction of other people to these characters that they're absolutely nuts all over. And all of a sudden they're freaking out because their characters come right out of the page of a comic book or right out of a movie or whatever the case is, right? That experience is beyond the cosplay.
So, Joe, I want to ask you this question. Can you relate to this feeling? Because when we first started wearing the Predators, we've had crazy experiences where the very first time we wore it, we took it for a test walk on a street, and this car like slammed on their brakes, pulled a U-turn, and this woman hopped out and like ran up to us and like wanted to hug us and take pictures, and we made her life, and it was her first test walk, and that surprised me. So have you had those kind of experiences where like, I know this is going to hit, but it made a difference in that person's life?
Oh, yes, definitely. People come up to me and they tell me their story. They're like, they basically what the character means to them, and in a way, it's almost like they tie you with that. And also, there are people who came up to me saying that they've been following the journey, and I'm like, oh, so you know why I built this? And then because I guess I made that vulnerability public, it helped them to kind of also share their own vulnerabilities, like other people going through divorce and things of that nature. And so I had no idea that Iron Man was actually going to connect me with these people in this way. And it really moved me. It's very inspiring. Yeah.
It took me a while to figure that out, like the nature of like why we do what we do. And at the end of the day, Iron Man is a fictional character. You can't meet Iron Man because Iron Man doesn't exist. Even if you're a huge fan, you might get lucky and be able to meet the guy that plays him. But at the end of the day, that's just an actor that plays him. And he's not going to be Iron Man when you meet him. He's just going to be Robert Downey Jr. And you probably paid like $3,000 to meet him. What you can do is interact with a guy like yourself who's wearing the suit and looks just like the guy off the screen. That gives you an access to that character in that fandom that's unique to that experience and connects you to that character in that fandom in a way nothing else can. Not watching, not reading, not meeting, not nothing. That's what that does. That's at the heart what cosplay is. And I'm so glad do you know how many years it took me to realize that? And you're already there. That's amazing that you're realizing that connection that you're making to people through that fandom and through those characters and through that cosplay. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. What is there, are you resting on your laurels right now, Joe? You're like, listen, man, I just made Iron Man. Are you kidding me? Or are the wheels starting to turn? This is the end of this season, 2025, 2026.
He's already working on something new, dude.
Well, this is what I'm asking. Like, I'm going to ask you two questions and you can answer it any way you want. One, do you have a project that is in the works that you're willing to share with us here today? And two, it seems silly to ask you if you have like a dream project in mind, because I feel like it's standing beside you or behind you right now. But is there anything else that would be sort of like, oh man, one day that's the big thing I want to do? So those two questions to you, Joe.
Well, you know, this was a dream project.
Yeah,
I have to admit.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky waking up every day and seeing it. It brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I guess Fan Expo was done, I immediately was thinking, what's the next project? And how am I going to top that? I don't know if I'm going to top that one, but I decided to kind of lead with my values, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have a video game cosplay, and it's amazing how many, video game cosplayers there are. So my next project is going to be video game related. I really liked playing the game World of Warcraft. I made many friends playing that game and have a lot of good memories with it.
Yeah.
And my favorite character is the Lich King. So I'm
so good
3D printing and building a Lich King as a cosplay. So that's also a dream thing to have.
Arthas is such a cool character with such a tragic story. The sword, Frostmourne, is such a badass looking sword. So like the whole thing, man, that's very, very cool. I'm very much looking forward to Lich King. Are you doing the same thing? Are you setting up like a specific time frame for it? Are you hitting yourself with a deadline? Are you thinking FanX for that one?
Exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it worked this year. So Fan Expo 2026, hoping to step out onto the
As the
con
Lich King.
floor as Lich King.
Very, very cool.
Awesome.
Man, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be so cool.
So question for you from the audience. A lot of people have spotted the Doom mask behind you there. What's any plans with that?
You know what? While I was making Iron Man, I also started smaller projects, and that was just one thing that I made in between. Same thing with the Magneto helmet, right?
Right.
It could be, yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah, I know
Either
what
way-
you mean by the smaller projects. That's when you get the second printer, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That way you can print two things. You can start.
I need something to print. Well, this is printing.
Well, Epic Benjo saying any sneak peeks. I believe you've got some video on your account showing your progress on the Lich King. Yes, of the 3D prints. So for the people out there that maybe don't know, or some of our cast that doesn't know you, where can they see your stuff, Joe?
Pretty much here it is. So I started a YouTube channel. I posted some stuff on there, and I'm on other social media platforms. So feel free to follow me, follow my work, check out what I'm working on. You could even check out the story of how I made Iron Man.
So
you're Boomster Joe everywhere, right?
Across all social media.
Very simple. Boomster Joe.
Yep, perfect.
Yep, rolls right off the tongue.
Yep.
I know we've already been on for over an hour now, so we're probably going to be, ending. It's time's flying by quick. I want to get quickly into 3D printing. The 3D printing was kind of the connecting dots. I guess cosplay and 3D printing came together for you. You've got two printers now. Which printers? They're both the same. I forget which ones they are now.
Yeah, I have two Bamboo Lab P1Ss. I started with just one, but then, I found having two means you can print twice as fast, right? So
Joe, what was it like winning the lottery? I'm just kind of curious. The intergenerational wealth that you were clearly born into. So I'm wondering.
I really had to budget for this. So Iron Man, I got my first 3D printer last year in June. That was a year, 10 months ago. Either way, Iron Man took 14 months to finish, I guess, from printing it to this.
Right.
And so, two P1Ss, Bamboo P1Ss. You know what? The technology of 3D printing is stellar. It's getting better and better, and it's blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so I thought like these were great machines, but now there's so much automation. They're automatically changing the entire like hot ends, so
there's whole tool quick change machines that instead of purging filament, it goes and it disconnects the hot end and it connects. It's got 4 different hot ends, right? So it never needs to purge any filament. And there's some pretty crazy tech out there.
Every time I talk to you, you increase the budget on the new printer.
Listen, bud, there's so much going on. I think the key with 3D printers is that the more new stuff comes out, the more the cool stuffs get cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, and I don't know if it's still on sale, but Elegoo is having a flash sale on their Centauri Carbon, which is kind of their version of the P1S, minus the AMS. Do you have the AMS, or is it just the basic?
So I'm painting everything anyways. So I'm only
didn't care.
I'm only printing in one color, black.
Yeah.
The
AMS. The AMS, for people that don't know, is the multicolor system that lets you print. I think on the Bamboo you can print up to 5, right? Because there's one external port plus the 4 in the AMS, or is it 6?
You can keep on hooking up more and more.
Oh, can you really? Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I know, right? If anything, the only benefit I would see if I used it, if you're only printing with one colors, it automatically will change roles for you, right? That's kind of nice. I just had to walk back and forth every time I ran out of filament. Either way, technologies.
Yeah,
so... Oh, no, I was just going to say, I have a feeling if you want to 3D print an Iron Man suit, the longer you wait, the easier it's going to get, So the technology is getting better and better. It's mind blowing.
Yeah,
I'm waiting this
100%.
long, man. I'm going to keep waiting. I'm going to keep hiring these two guys to help me out with stuff. So
Yeah, but that's okay. You know, it doesn't have to be for everybody. It doesn't mean that because you're a cosplayer, it doesn't. I think you said it earlier. You don't have to make your stuff.
no,
Right?
no.
Buying cosplays is perfectly fine. Whole point of cosplay is to have fun. And I think we've said that again earlier as well. But if you do like to make them,
Yeah, of course.
make your things, it is getting more and more accessible. There's no denying.
JS. Boomster
What's
Joe.
wrong?
I was thinking of a Megatron. Something was still. Oh shit.
He
shit.
he didn't want to say it out
shit.
loud.
I was answering some of the questions in the.
I saw
in the
that.
chat.
Yeah, I saw some of the questions in the chat. They're asking specifically. JS and Rob have been talking about doing Transformers for a long time, and JS specifically is a Megatron guy. So
I had. Do you guys know Nico from Nico Industries? No, if you don't know Nico Industries, Joe, go check out Nico Industries. One of the top 3D modelers. I had him model me he had actually modeled a Megatron bust, and I asked him to take the specific model of that head and turn that into an actual wearable helmet. He did that for me.
Cool.
But I never actually ended up printing it because we kind of put that on the back burner, and that's just where that's been for like 4 years.
Well, maybe Joe will beat you to it. Maybe you guys should have a little Megatron off, a little competition.
There you go.
Yeah,
there
both
you go.
of you working hard.
Which version of Megatron are you doing if you're doing Megatron?
That's a very good question. So there really was only one show that I watched religiously as a kid, and it was in Canada. It was called Beast
Wars.
Yeah, but anywhere else they called it Beast Wars, right?
Yeah.
So, and I want that T-Rex Megatron. I think that would be amazing to build. So yeah. That was specifically what I was.
I actually saw somebody on Instagram this week that did. Oh, you saw him too. Oh, there you go.
Well, maybe it's we were looking at the same creator, but yeah, I was even messaging him. Yeah, his stuff is great.
Yeah. I thought that was the Beast Wars Megatron is pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I see some Beast Wars fans in the chat.
Yeah, listen, I was a little bit on the older side when that came out, but I was such a Transformers fan that I bought into Beast Wars big time. I liked it a little less when it became Beast Machines.
Right.
After they go back to Cybertron, then they call them Beast Machines, and then it gets kind of dumb, and it's the designs aren't even good anymore. But Beast Wars was amazing. I 100% agree. A lot of people are saying the same thing. Silky's like, love Beast Wars.
You're geeks. You guys are geeks.
Beast Wars Megatron.
He had all the toys. Had all of those Transformer toys.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's into. Yeah, I was a big Transformers kid. I can't lie. I was born in 1977, guys. Count that up. But in the 70s, in the late 70s, early 80s, when Transformers came out, there was nothing else. There was Transformers and G.I. Joe. There was nothing else. Yeah. I mean, we were really lucky that our generations, like the later Gen X and the early millennials, we were so lucky when it came to toys and Saturday morning cartoons. And like, kids don't have that anymore. Kids YouTubes and cell phones.
With the YouTubes and the video games.
Oh, yeah.
Rap music. You kids don't know.
Yeah.
Old man shakes fist at clouds.
Sorry, yeah. Thundercats and He-Man as well. But let's be honest. When Transformers came out, man, whew, that consumed my world. I remember watching that first episode when Optimus Prime tumbles down the hill at the end 100 times. Yeah.
Anyways,
it's
not a Transformers podcast, guys. I promise you.
It is not. Joe, what's your next con? Do you know so far? Is it going to be, I guess, Toronto Comic Con or maybe?
I think so. Yes, in the spring. Yep, definitely. I know there's something happening in January, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be here. I'm going on a trip, but I'll be back in February. So whatever's after February. Yeah, it's so fun. these. I only understood Fan Expo and like Anime North. I didn't know these other conventions existed.
It's pretty
I
much one a
love
month,
going
man.
to
Like
these.
you can almost go every week in southwestern Ontario. There's always something on the go now. So
That's amazing, you
Yeah.
know, and I love them all. They're so fun, especially London. London was great.
London's
Toronto Game Expo.
amazing.
Yeah.
you'll have to come out to our charity event. You'll have to come to our Star Wars day. Yeah, you don't have to wear a Star Wars costume. If you don't have any Star Wars stuff, that's fine. But May the
When is
But
2nd
you
in
got till
London,
May to make a Star Wars cosplay.
you
Just
do.
saying.
So May the 2nd, the same day as Free Comic Book Day. So it'll be our 4th year running it, and we run it for charity. All the raised funds go to Ronald McDonald House Charity. So I encourage you to come out. Almost all of like our regulars come out as far as that goes. They all come out to support the charity, and it's a wonderful event for a good cause. So highly recommend. If you liked London Comic Con, vibes are very similar. So London Comic Con actually plays a part in helping us put on the May the 4th date that we do. So yeah.
And they're potentially going to increase their. You know what? Let's not get into that.
That's fine. No, by the way, Epic Benjo, is it taboo to cosplay a Trek character? Tina, Star Wars? No. We keep waiting for people to come out in Trek. And I think we did have some Treks at the last one. I would love to see an away team beam into our Star Wars
That'd be awesome.
Mini thing. Please.
Yeah.
Please do it. That would be fantastic.
Tina equals at A. Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Yeah. We knew what you were going on. We knew what you were.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think that any opportunity to listen, we're massive Trekkies here. Well, Rob's not a massive.
Well, two of us are.
Me and Jeff are massive Trekkies, and so is Joe. Well, there you go. So any reason to cosplay in Star Trek?
Yes, I knew. Yes. So Tiffany went to the event. I think it was last year. Was it last year, Tiffany came out in Star Trek? Yeah. So no,
Hi,
I feel like there was a couple of them.
There was some Treks, yeah, for sure. And by the way, and some people just came in like either regular people clothes or even in like a completely different like you don't have to come out in Star Wars. Like it's obviously a celebration of Star Wars, but that's just the vehicle. That's the excuse to get us all together for the charity event. So yeah, don't feel like you can't come if you don't have a Star Wars or a Star Trek. Just come.
So Joe, you're into Trek. Are you into Star Wars as well? I would assume so.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, there's a Mando helmet behind him. I think that's a pretty good indicator.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a video game that brought me into Star Wars, like back in the day, and it was Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh my God! Please don't.
Your Revan cosplay.
Wow, guys, it's been great. We'll see you next week, guys. Good Lord!
One of the best.
First you get him talking about Transformers, and now you're going to get him talking about Revan.
Should I go to the private chat? Time to
Rob, where was that message from earlier in the private chat? Good Lord.
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, great game. You know there's a sequel coming out, eh?
I heard that.
Yeah, they announced Fate of the Old Republic, the sequel, which is apparently going to be in a little bit of a different time frame. So it's not going to be about Revan and Malik and Bastilla, and it's not going to be those characters. It's going to be all new characters. So
those are all English words you just used there, I'm sure, but I have no idea what any of that was. So yeah, Joe, you did say so. The next event that people can see you at is in March. Do you have any idea at this point? Because I'm the idiot that already has my entire March lineup already set. Because I'm stupid, but do you have any idea what March is going to look like for you? Like what people can look forward to seeing? Are you hoping to do something new at March, or are you saving that for FanX?
You know what? I have no plans. If anything, maybe I'll wear this guy for spring.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll just throw on Iron Man. See what happens.
Get a few more miles out of him
back there. That's cool. Yeah.
You know, if I could find a handler, believe it or not, I can't put this on by myself.
Well, I believe you.
I couldn't figure it out in the time frame. Yeah, so actually, I got Wayne, the founder of Grunge Media Productions.
We've had him on the pod.
He totally helped me out. He was my angel. He watched out for me during Fan Expo. So yeah,
Wayne's the best.
I'll have to find. I'll like ask Wayne if he can help me or somebody.
Somebody will help you out in the cosplay community, I'm sure.
If you've not, and I would assume you probably know about him because he's a massive Iron Man cosplayer and YouTube guy, Frankly Built.
Yes.
Go check out Frankly Built. He's developed a number of techniques to be able to put his Iron Man suits on by himself, including using some of those, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, so I tried it. Unfortunately, My suit was too heavy. I guess I had to fool around with like the infill, the 3D printing settings, right?
Yeah.
To make it
Right.
more lighter. I used 3 of those and it still didn't work. So I just had to rip them out. Either way, it was a lot of experimenting, and just due to the time frame, I'm like, okay, let's just use buckles and clips.
Mm-hmm.
Get some help. Yeah. But yeah, that guy's great. OG Iron Man cosplayer, 3D printing guy, for sure.
But I can't say enough
Great
about
content.
handlers. Having a handler when you've got an intricate costume to wear, it's almost a must. And especially when all you can see is this much.
Yes.
Having somebody that can grab you when you're about to stomp over a crowd of kids, or you know what I mean? Like having a handler and something like that is a must. It's tough
They're
for
the
us to get into
unsung
our predators.
Yeah.
Unsung heroes. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Rob, what were you
No,
gonna say?
no, I was just gonna say, and a big shout out to producer Jen, who usually acts as our handler for Predator. There's no way we could do it without her.
No,
as a help.
It'd be impossible. We can kind of help each other out, me and Rob, when we're doing it, but then we get to a point where it's time to put our hands and our gauntlets on, and we're like, oh shit, I've got my hands on. How do I put yours on?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things
Even
where
like
it's
walking around and it's like, oh shit, where'd my piece of armor go? Or
yeah.
straight,
Oh,
you know
you
what I
dropped
mean?
a piece of armor a kilometer back, right? Or
yeah.
yeah, it's having somebody that can help you out and look after you and is kind of key when you're doing some of these big cosplays, for sure.
Yeah.
Guys, do we want to wrap this one up? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Like a Christmas tree?
Like
Or
a
like a
Christmas
Christmas
tree.
present, put it under the tree?
Are you wrapping your trees, Rob? What's going on over there? Do you need help? Someone do a wellness check on Rob.
Joseph, thank you so much for joining us, man. We're gonna have to, actually get together one day, and I'd love to do something with you. But thanks for joining us. It was amazing to get to know you a little bit more. If you guys are not following Joseph on the YouTubes and the Instagrams and
the TikToks and
the TikToks and all of the socials,
Yep.
make sure you go look up Boomster Joe. Give him a follow. Although at this point, you probably already have more followers than we have, because holy hot damn, man, you've been just killing it.
Yeah, but still, give him a follow, man. Absolutely.
On social media.
100%. Yep.
Did we say how many views your reel got? Did we say
like
that on
3
the show?
million or something?
Yeah, it's like at 3.3 now or something like that.
Yep.
3 million. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Wild.
insanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and surprisingly, it was all organic. Apparently, you can like boost content. I try to do that, but it doesn't work. So like I can't even boost my own stuff, because apparently that's a thing. So I was forced to kind of just give it to the algorithm, and people love Iron Man. It's
yeah,
it's amazing.
So weird, right?
So they people want me to make another one. So I'm like, okay, but what, luckily there are so many suits, right? So
Well,
maybe I'll just pick another one.
I got 2 words for you. Suitcase. All I'm going to say.
Yes. For
the first person to pull that off, I think, is gonna
yeah.
So
yeah. Guys, this is our last episode of the year, so I think we should take a couple seconds to wish a very happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody that's going to be celebrating Christmas. A very, very, very happy New Year. God knows, I'm glad this year's over, because what a year. Jeffrey, any plans over the next couple weeks before we go?
Nope. Family, friends, merriment, all that good stuff. And like I said, already ridiculously, sillily, stupidly talking about what we're doing for March, because I'm dumb. So, Rob, what about you?
Yeah, just family staying around the house. And it's funny, remember the challenge, last year at Christmas was the throne. And so I feel a little bit of the same kind of pressure right now, so I'm going to be using my time off.
We're way ahead,
but yeah, I got to use my time off wisely. So
effectively, use your time effectively. Joe, what about you? You said you were going to be traveling, yeah?
Oh yes, my brother wants like the entire family all in one place. My brother's in the Philippines, so I'll be flying over there for the holidays and the New Year.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's a good place to spend that the winter months here in Canada. Is definitely
yeah.
You could do way worse than go to the Philippines. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, like I said earlier, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you even doing? What have you been doing for the last 213 episodes? Click the like and subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It helps us propagate this to the YouTube sphere. And if you click the notification bell, it'll always let you know every time we upload a new video. I think that is going to be it for this week. Did Jeff, did you just see the did you just see the private chat? We're going to cut it off there. Make sure you all stay geeky. Have a very merry holiday season. We'll see you guys in 2026. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything. Oh, yeah. Hang on. We're still recording.
Hold on. We're
for
still
some
recording.
reason. Why are we live?
Kill
We're
it.
still live. Let's try to kill it again.
Yeah.
It's
5 inches, but
after dark.
No.